So that's part of it. And I'm not mocking Star Trek, though. Obviously, Star Trek is such a well-deserved cult favorite. But it had to do with exposure. And I think that's why Man from U.N.C.L.'s kind of forgotten today. Is it doesn't have all that exposure that it had. I think if you check out the episodes, you'll really find them quite enjoyable. I wouldn't get heavily into the third season episodes. But anyway, I'm sorry to talk up a storm here. Now what we're going to do is going to show us some more clips here of something in particular here that I think you'll get a kick out of, which is how the heck do I focus this thing? During the run of the show, there were quite a few references made to Man from U.N.C.L. And I'll show just a quick little montage here of some of those clips. And you'll get an idea of some of the popularity at the time the show was on. Now this first clip I'm going to show you here, this is just a very brief moment, but it kind of shows to me at the time the peak of the U.N.C.L. popularity around the spring of '66. This is a clip from the comedy The Glass Bottom Boat with Doris Day and Rod Taylor. In the scene here, Paul Lynde is dressed in drag. That's probably not too much of a stretch for him. And he encounters Eric Fleming here, and Fleming wants to know why he's dressed in drag, etc. And he's saying that so he can spy on the ladies if Doris Day if she goes into the powder room. It's just one brief little moment. But what happened was when this movie played in the theaters, a friend of mine across the street when I was a kid, he had seen it with his parents the night before. And he said, oh my God, he said, Bill's a big U.N.C.L. fan, he's got to see this. So I always went to the matinee every Saturday anyway, but I remember he was really nagging at me to see this movie. And I couldn't figure out why. It's just a brief moment, but it was everything for a kid of 11 who just was so involved at the time.
Up for no man's land. The powder room, in case she goes there again.
What is going on?
There's to be a rendezvous with Vladimir, I think.
Vladimir?
You're 63. I am busy, so I sent someone else.
Come in color.
No, I didn't. I actually love the movie for a lot of other reasons too. One of them is all those marvelous character actors: Edward Andrews, Paul Lynde, Dom DeLuise, Dick Martin, and then as a bonus on top of that, you've got the two nosy neighbors from Bewitched there, George Tobias and Alice Pierce. They're playing nosy neighbors again. So this movie was heaven for me. I mean, it was a crazy sitcom spy thing that threw an U.N.C.L. there like the tip of the iceberg or something. Now I got some more clips here. These are courtesy of my friend Bruce Button here that came down here from Canada and was kind enough to put these together for me. These are clips from some other shows here. Well, we'll let the clips kind of speak for themselves a bit here.
Overkill B.
Yes?
Mr. Wesley, this is Ilya Kuryakin.
Mr. Kuryakin, I've been trying to contact you. You must by no means appear on a television program called Waterloo.
But I'm already here.
Then you're in mortal danger. Russians decide top agents for the show. To get you.
But what can I do? I've already given my word that I will appear as host on this week's show.
Very well, but beware. First, we'll not be using half measures. What are you doing right now?
I'm hanging 60 feet up in the air.
Good. So far, everything is off. Feel your gun, Mr. Kuryakin.
As you say, I think there's going to be trouble.
Then you'd better believe it, baby. Right? Wow.
His agent couldn't get him introduced as David McCallum. You know what? I think that's one cheap agent. That's what mother's-in-law.
Evening, Marty. Who's that? I don't know, but I hope it's the man from Uncle. Stop making jokes and find out who it is. See you.
Monsters.
Can't say about his son-in-law making a big deal out of everything. He could have had a nice, easy talk with Eddie about the evils of gambling, but no. He's got to get everybody but the man from Uncle involved.
Hey, Petticoat Junction.
Very everybody.
Well, this is the man from Uncle. I got this.
Now this next one here, this one is priceless because this is Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In. And this aired the very first week right after Man from Uncle was canceled. Now, I'm assuming at the time they shot this, they did not know about Uncle being canceled, whatever. But anyway, this is Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In.
You're no relation to the Seattle Martins, are you?
No, my mother married my stepfather's brother by a previous marriage. You might call me the man from Uncle.
Get over here, fast. I think I'll find Thrush headquarters at last.
This one I especially like. This is an episode of Please Don't Eat the Daisies. And the plugging for the Uncle series seems a little blatant in here. Well, you'll figure out why or how it is.
Uncle wanted to know to wear this put up to the curve. Right, Uncle Joe? Good work.
Stand by.
Don't you love the subtlety of those sweatshirts?
Right, Uncle G. Where's the cube going, Uncle Joe? He's crossing the street. Notice getting up to the sidewalk. He's passing a bicycle. You go turn yourself back, looks like. Sure, I know. Let's go.
Those look like Gary cell phones. Interesting. Theo Marcuse, very talented actor from the 60s, appeared in several Man from Uncle episodes as a villain. A lot of other TV shows, Wild Wild West, many other shows. Interesting to see him pop up in here.
To the back room. Thanks. Wow.
We better get out of here.
Excuse me.
Oh, shoot.
He's from Uncle.
Oh, sure.
It was great when they added music.
Hey, Dad. Dad passed no message. Dad was a good agent.
Okay, fellas.
It's called the Say Uncle episode.
I was good
And
trick.
this is an equal opportunity episode too, so you know what that
What do you
means.
mean I fooled Mom?
You know, the one you gotta believe when you're not really a spy.
I'm not a spy.
Sure, Dad. We get it. Not a word. You can count on us. We'll keep your
know why you've been calling all over town looking for gunpowder.
What did you tell him?
I tried to, but he won't believe me. He wants to talk to you.
Did you want to see me? My credentials.
But can't we use catapults, sir? Because we can't, that's why.
Maybe the boys will believe you if you tell them I'm not really a spy.
Gee, I wonder who this is.
Come here a minute. There's somebody here I want you to meet.
That's the music again. Check out all the credits here.
Saturday at 8 Eastern, Robert Ryan and Rod Steiger star in Back from Eternity.
You know, I have a better copy of this on the CD. I only got about 10 minutes here, so I want to try something here. I don't know if I've got Uncle experts out here or I got novices out here, but I'm going to throw an Uncle trivia question out there. Should I do an easy one or a hard one? Easy. Want an easy one? All right. I don't know if this counts as easy. Okay. What is the color of Solo's number badge? Just raise your hand if you think you know. What's the color of his badge?
Yellow.
You in the back, come on up here for a second. Yellow is the answer.
I was going to ask you, what's the significance of the color still, the red?
That's why I'm sitting up here.
Oh, wonderful.
A Man from Uncle paperback book, which he can sell on eBay and probably get a big $1. By the way, I deliberately stayed away from talking about things such as the merchandising and all that. I really wanted to stick to what the title said, The History of the Man from Uncle, which, by the way, I do protest that thing on the website there. When I first read about that on the website, by the way, Marty, who's a terrific guy and runs a great show, he didn't let me know yet that I was doing this talk. So I'm looking on the website and I said, oh, look at this. I said to my wife, I said, oh, look, I said, here's the stuff for the new show. Oh, look, there's on the events there, someone's doing a talk on the Man from Uncle. I'm doing the talk. Yeah, listen, hey, listen, you know this guy that you got that's doing the Man from Uncle? I know the guy, he's a great guy. But you might want to check with him and see if he knows that you're doing this. And also in the headline there, it says there, resident expert Bill Parashow will give us a fascinating look at the Man from Uncle. Well, I'm not a resident, I live up in Jersey. An expert? I know a good deal about Uncle, but listen, I know a lot of other people that know Uncle, and they can always tell me stuff I don't know. But anyway, if you're really interested in the merchandising stuff, go on eBay or Amazon or one of those websites and try to pick up this book here, The Toys from Uncle. This is the Memorabilia and Collector's Guide. It's woefully out of date by now, especially the prices they listed here on this stuff. And because some of this stuff, these items, I know they're wonderful, but some of them go for buku bucks when you get them on eBay or something. And some things go really cheap. It's a cool book. And I don't have a copy of it with me here, but The Definitive Man from Uncle book by John Heitman is also a very good book. And not just because they got my name in the acknowledgments to spell my last name right. But anyway, let's try another trivia question. Should we do an easy or hard? Not all at once, Daddy. All right, here we go. We'll do an easy one. How do you enter Uncle's New York headquarters?
The tailor shop.
Taylor shop, right there. You say a little paperback book? I got one for you if you want it.
Sure.
Sure, why not? Okay. All right.
I'd rather have a tailor shop, but
I bet you would. No hard ones? Nobody wants to be challenged by a hard question or anything? There you go. Okay. All right. Try another easy one again here. The first season was made in black and white. True or false?
True.
Well, a lot of people are throwing that out there, so I won't give any prizes away. So there you go. But it's true actually. They shot the pilot in color, but they did shoot all the rest of the first season in black and white. Try another easy one here, and then we'll see how much you guys can do on hard here. And then he does this. Okay, what is Section 2? Anybody know what Section 2 is? Believe it or not, I got that under easy questions. What is it?
Operations and enforcement.
Oh, you get 2 paperback books. Like I said, if I knew these were going for more than $1 or $2 on eBay, I wouldn't be dangling this on eBay. It's just because the early ones are common. There's 23 altogether. The later ones are the ones that go a little pricier there. Welcome.
May we have your considered opinion too on that reunion movie, the 15 Years Later affair?
Next question. It was all swell to see him back again and all that, but the magic wasn't really there. But I credit that movie for one marvelous sequence there when Napoleon is in Las Vegas there, and he encounters George Lazenby as James Bond with the Aston Martin car and all that, and that was a great touch. That was a real good throw. Okay, so now let's try another question here. Somebody want to try a hard one?
Sure.
Okay. Anybody know who Walter G. Brock was in the series? He was a character in one of the first season episodes. Anybody who Walter G. was played by Carol O'Connor.
I know who he was? That was the Green Opal Affair.
Green Opal Affair. Okay, who was his numerologist? What was her name? The woman that was his numerologist. Played by Davima, which is an actress who I never heard of before or since. Yeah. Tough one.
Mrs. Carter or something?
Oh my goodness, look at you. Mrs. Carter here. One of these. Go. Fire and save the matches. I'm impressed. But you'll be bragging to that forever. All right, let's try another one here. All right, here's an easy one, I guess. What's the title of the episode? Well, all the episodes were the Green Opal Affair, the Quadripartite Affair. What's the title of the episode where Thrush creates a double for Solo?
The Double Affair.
What's that?
I thought it was the Double Affair.
There you go. You want to watch? I said it was easy. I feel like I'm dishing out Halloween candy here.
Bought one of these in 44 years.
You get these cheaper here. All right, let's try one last one here, then we'll just be done with this. Okay, should we do easy or hard here? All right, believe it or not, that throwing this is easy, but it may not be that easy. What is Yulia Kuryakyn's middle name? Of course you can be quiet. You already got some too. Let's get somebody else's hand. Anybody else know the middle name? Yeah, Ducky came later. Yes?
Ilya Ivanovich Kuryakin.
What's that?
Ivanovich.
No, but I'll buy that anyway. Come up and get one. You can have it. It's Nikovich.
Oh,
Easy for you to say.
Thank you.
it's been some years,
You're welcome. Okay, now one last thing here, but I'll get out of your hair here. I'm going to thank everybody very much for coming. I really appreciate this. You know how to make a nervous man even more nervous, but I burned, that's what W.C. Fields, I've seen that movie. I burned a bunch of CD minus R's here with the music from the series of kind of a sampler disc. And if you have a CD player and you wish to listen to it in your car when you leave this weekend or whatever, all that, come up in just a minute here and you come up and I'll give you one for free. You can just take it with you if you want. It's music from the series and I think you'll really like it. And on that note, it's time to go to one last bit of intermission here. And then we can give out some CDs for you.
Let's all go to the lobby.
say it had anything to do with Uncle.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just
It's a nostalgic convention.
the chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
You know I was gonna say that for you, son of a bitch.
Anybody who's come up to get one of these CDs that they can listen to in their CD back on, please come on up.